Hey, it's Chris Sneath LX. We got CA Tech new gusset kit going on the back. We're gonna start cutting the frame right about here and cut it from there back, and it's going to cut along here. We are also doing whole tubes, lower tubes on mine, which is not required by the kit. We're just doing that extra bit because my tubes are pretty bent up. But so to start installing this kit, you do have to cut your frame. This is what the kit looks like when you get it. You have quite a few pieces. These here get welded onto there, and then these go on top. And when you see in the diagram, it has that little roller right here. This is going to be the new skid plate, and start piecing it together, and it'll actually look like something. Right now it just looks like a big puzzle. Alright, so we're starting out by just cutting these little gussets off, and from there, what we're going to do next, Kyle, we're going to cut this bottom tube.
Yeah, it looks like it chamfers up, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay, so we're going to cut this bottom tube, and that'll be the next step.
So I'm going to start there.
So we're going to cut it 1 inch down.
Yep, measure from the bottom of the hole 1 inch down and cut it straight off is what it measures over here.
Okay, so on this new kit, the back half of it actually leans upward. So start off, we're going to cut 1 inch off and see how that looks. Just try and cut a little bit by a little bit. We don't want to cut too much of that back plate off because we can't really recreate that too easily.
I have to cut these out too.
Yeah.
Hoping I could slide it up on there, but they don't go back far enough for me to.
Yeah, so it looks like you'll have to do a actual nut and bolt. You're not going to be able to use the factory studs because since it's double shear, you can't slide the arms on this way. So we'll have to keep cutting these off. And then I have a nut and bolt kit, and I believe the nuts are going to be on the back. So you cut 1 inch from the hole down off here.
Yeah, we'll see if that clears once I can hold it up there.
All right, so we got our set on there. So that 1 inch from the bottom, did you do from the bottom of the hole, Kyle, or center?
Yeah, from the bottom of the hole down.
1 inch from the bottom of the hole. That worked pretty good. I mean, there's a little gap there, but I was told, I believe 4 inches. 4 inches you want to cut out of your tube, which would put you right there. So it seems about right. Now, since we're replacing these whole rails, we cut a little bit further back. But if you're doing if your tubes are fine, you're not doing what we're doing, which I'm sure most people aren't, that would be okay. So yeah, looks pretty cool. So it actually tapers up in the back, double shear, and then they have that piece that goes here as well. So all right, keep going from there. Okay, so we got our tubes in. Like I said, we're going above and beyond on my rig because I really abuse it. So now we got this all on there. So we cut 1 inch out. Now CA Tech said that you would cut 4 inches of your frame out and weld it to here. I think that's a great option. We decided to go a little bit further because we were putting tubes in, and we went all the way, and you could see where the tube is underneath this, I guess, rear plate, and that's going to be welded. So we went a little above and beyond, but This isn't required on the kit. This is just extra that we're doing. So you're gonna tack it up and then pull the engine and trans and finish weld all through here inside. On the back side, we're gonna weld these plates onto the back side of the frame to give some more reinforcement. And we are not using the upper portion. So in the kit, you get this piece. There's a slot right there. This goes in that slot and attaches like that. Now we're not doing that because we're putting a rear winch right here. But for the way we're gonna tie the winch in, this will be all structurally connected, just like this is intended to be. But for what we're doing, we're going to be building off this to the new style rear bumper on the back of the rig, which will have a Warren 5500 Axon winch that was previously on here. We're gonna put that back on, but move it, relocate it. Also, they include these really nice spacers, and they go in here. That way when you're welding, it doesn't, get too tight or too loose or anything. It holds it right where it needs to be when you put your bolt in. So really, really well thought out and well done kit. I'm really impressed and really excited to not worry about my rear frame section anymore. As far as my bolts oblonging out, which they have a little bit, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The rear skid plate was, I don't know how I never broke the transmission. That factory skid plate did not protect anything. But came out pretty sweet. I like it a lot. Pretty neat how it curves up in the back. Hope this is thorough and in-depth for you and shows you what you need to see. All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Skinny Pill Axe. We actually have got farm use done for this month, I guess. So I guess it's not done. I ain't got no valve stem caps. I could probably tackle that tonight though. We got a HMF side exit exhaust now. Pretty nice. They call this the big core. And it's a little loud at idle, but it's not too bad once you're on the throttle. As far as this exhaust, this is like a completely OEM exhaust, nothing custom about it. That is the HMF mount. This camera is not, it's got too many things trying to focus. This is the OEM mount. It mounts there to your bed. And then it mounts over here to your old muffler bracket. Right there with those 3 bolts. I'm sure all you guys have seen that on your rig before. Yeah, that's the muffler bracket there, and it's solid. It's not going nowhere. We got the Milwaukee pack out cooler. We got the OG farm use sign that everybody loves so much. We put that one back on. The one that was up here, it was kind of trashed. It was so bent up. We were trying to bend it back and the powder coat was chipping off. It just, I don't know. The white background always is what caught everybody's attention. Got my Lucky Bell. Found that at Disney in the riverbed one day. This right here is actually, so custom splice, soft shackle. You can put this in the soft shackle, makes it a snatch block. Drawing a blank. So I can hook that onto there. I can run my winch cable from the bottom behind this bar onto here through that, and then hoist people up. I used to run my cable across here, you can see there's rough marks. Kind of, I don't think the camera will pick it up, but I have ran my winch cable over here to winch people out, hoist them up. Can't always pick them up off the ground, but it's better than having the tire just eat away at the hood. So the bottom bars were completely mangled and destroyed. So right here we got our 250 wall bars. They go all the way up into the frame, up under your seat. So got the CA Technology gusset, which I mentioned a million times, but it does kind of curve up in the back, which is really cool. Really excited about that. Never really had any issues with anything really hidden here other than like Cialis, but it's just cool that it does give a little more approach angle for the frame. Rebuilt my ZRP rod ends, but this gusset kit from CA Technologies also makes it all double shear in the rear, and it's not just a bolt-on gusset, so it's a lot stronger. You don't rely on, the bolts to hold the plate on. This is all welded to the frame. Your radius rods actually go in, and you have to put your bolts in this way instead of having them come out with nuts. It's a little bit of a job to do this, but it's really worth it. They did this on the King of Hammer race cars, and now they're offering it to the public. I was one of the lucky few to get it right when they came out. My frame was all messed up here, so we actually had to cut an inch off the frame to put this gusset kit on, which worked out great because all this was destroyed. So essentially this is all new. Still had the Warren winch on the back, put it upside down and put it underneath that cooler mount, Milwaukee pack out cooler, as you can see. Believe it or not, as much as this doesn't sound like a lot of work, it was a lot of work. I mean, had to pull the engine and transmission out. Luckily, we just hoisted it up enough to get it off the frame rails so we can cut the frame rails out, put the engine back where it was. Actually, I think my engine sits an inch higher than OEM now. I know it does sit a little bit higher. The transmission sits the same height. For you guys looking at these Milwaukee coolers, these things are really awesome. I got this little lock in here, so pretty cool because it gives me a handle. I can lift up my cooler lid. Got a lunch tray in here, and that's actually a cutting board that separates, and it actually completely keeps the ice separated and everything separated, which is pretty cool. Kind of cuts down your storage a little bit. As far as the cooler mount, there you can see the top of the frame there. There's a plate, that's where the winch mounts. Cooler mount right there. And then a bolt-in cooler mount there. And right there. That's how the cooler plate was mounted in there. I just did a bed delete. I just took a Sawzall and cut my bed out. And the only reason I left the bed even in was to hold the taillights up. And as you can see, they're not, well, this one moves a little bit more. Probably because my bed is broken right there, but they don't really move. Well, at least the left side doesn't. A lot of people ask me lately if I have a backup camera. I do have a backup camera, and I will show, I think it's $100 right now on sale on Amazon, and I'll show you what it looks like when I turn it on. That's the brand. Chinese something, but You can actually move it down, almost look at my winch cable, and move it back up. You can see my truck. And then forward, so it's like a dash cam. And then you have split. It's pretty cool. Possibly going to boat side it. Kind of wanting to see what everybody's opinion is on that in a way. I mean, you know, it's got benefits. Not that many drawbacks as far as I can tell. I try to leave this thing mostly stock. That way everybody sees, you know, what this thing does. Your X3 can do it too. I wanted to keep it as OEM as possible. So everybody, like, they can do the same things we do. Body's getting a little beat up. We were talking about maybe doing a truggy back end and getting rid of the fenders, but all the work to make it look good and all that, I figured it wasn't worth it. Not for right now. I don't like having my rig down. I don't like extensively working on it. I'll replace drive shafts and axles and stuff like that, a differential if I have to, but we got same old tires and wheels right now. Working on a new set of Zillas 37s. Big hold up is wheels right now. Pretty cool. Other than that, it's same old farm use. Alright, phone died. So just wanted to say a huge thank you to Eric and Gavin at CA Technology for this frame section. My frame was absolutely destroyed. I mean, there was a few other options I could have went, but this is the most solid option. If you have a damaged frame in the rear or the front, they have front gusset kits as well for X3s. But if you have a damaged front bulkhead, a damaged rear bulkhead frame section on your X3, get with Gavin or Eric from CA Technologies, because they have an awesome kit. And another huge shout out to Kyle Mann, Buck 50 Fab, for fitting me in his schedule. I know his schedule is crazy busy as well as mine. Took like 4 weeks too long to do this project, but that was mainly my fault. Huge thank you to CA Technologies for getting behind Skinny Pellax YouTube channel and supporting the guys that are out here, you know, beating their X3s, and they're not show queens at all, as you can tell by mine. Can't wait to, I took it on like a 2-hour test ride. Everything was good, so have lots of plans of air bump stops and all kinds of things like that in the future. And like you already heard in the video, plan on getting 37s. Wheels are just, everybody says next month, so I was hoping to have 37s on, but still waiting on wheels. So thanks everybody for watching. I know quite a few of you guys have been wondering what happened to farm use, thought I sold it. There was a rumor I did sell it. I did not sell it. I will not sell it. Even if the Can-Am Maverick R is better than the X3, I still will not sell my X3. I mean, just got too much sentimental value and time and effort and work in that thing. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.